I'm Chris Preston,
And I'm Brad Simmerman.
and welcome to Street Check, the best two-person podcast in the history of Cabot Wealth Network. Brad, it's the most wonderful time of year. Not for you, not for me, but definitely for our producer, Madison Robertson. It is our annual, actually, I guess we do it twice a year,
Yeah.
hot sauce punishment episode, where we eat very hot sauce for every wrong take we've had over the last 6 months, of which there are quite a few, at least for one of us this time. But we'll get into all that. We're first going to talk about just a few things. We're scrapping the usual format, no defend the take, so no more opportunities to be wrong today. And instead of a proper big three, we're just going to hit on a few uh, news items from this week. Brad, do you want to get us started there?
Yeah. I think it makes sense to, highlight that we're seeing a little bit of weakness with some of the leading growth stock names that have really been powering higher, especially since the election, and then look at maybe some of the reasons for that. The inflation numbers are coming in a little bit hot, jobless claims a little bit high. So we'll just sort of do a week wrap up. Mike and Jacob have both been sending out yellow flags and like, hey, we're seeing some weakness here. You got to respect what's happening now with some of our stocks. We're the Nasdaq just broke 20,000 for the first time this week, so it's not
Yep.
exactly a panic out there. We're still near or at all-time highs, but just seeing some signs of weakness in the market. Um, I'm trying to, without giving out any specific names, it really does seem to be limited to the big leaders, sort of
Yeah.
regardless of sector.
Well, Broadcom, are you talking about stocks that are down or stocks that are
Yeah,
up?
where we've seen some weakness.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, AI is having a day, led by Broadcom. Broadcom is up 20% today after the company highlighted just how strong they said we see our opportunity over the next 3 years in AI as massive, the CEO said. Um, and that has created a bit of a fervor around that stock at least, and some other AI stocks are riding its Broadcom's coattails a little bit, although not Nvidia notably down almost 3% today. But the
Yeah,
market is still down. The Nasdaq started the day up and is now down slightly right now.
well, and Broadcom didn't really enjoy the breakout that a lot of the other chip manufacturers had earlier
Yeah,
this year. I think it's up. I mean, I say that as it's up like 130%
yeah.
in the last year, something insane like that. Um, but a little bit muted compared to what some of the other leaders have been doing. So maybe there's a little bit of room for catch up there. But people are at the valuation levels, people are probably more sensitive to risk. Um, there was obviously the post-election bump that we saw across the market. Small caps value, everything was sort of running at that point. And, maybe we're just taking a breather. And we're also seeing a little bit of weakness in other economic news. First-time employment claims yesterday were 242,000 versus 220
Yeah.
expected. So running a little bit hotter there. And then inflation, what CPI was 2.7%, and core
Yeah.
CPI was like 3.3%. So that's still just sticking around.
Yeah, in line with expectations, but was it up 0.1% from last month? Was it 2.6 last month, or was it
That
also
that
2%?
sounds about right. I
Yeah.
don't know though.
Yeah, it's I feel like we had this what 6 months ago more at around 3%, where it was having a hard time breaking below three or even below like three and a quarter-ish percent. Then it got there and seemed like it was motoring towards 2%. The Fed's preferred 2% level. But the 2.6 to 2.7 level has been sort of sticky. And like you said, um, core being a bit higher.
Well, and part of it is also that we've got a little bit of a guessing game going into next year. And I think calling it a guessing game, maybe giving it too much credit. I think people are very much reading what they want out of the incoming Trump administration as far as the impacts of tariffs. Obviously the concern would be tariffs are way worse than expected and they're broad based and they're spread throughout the economy, and then that reinflates inflation, or that reignites inflation, I guess is a better way to say it. But then the other sort of way to hear it is, well, yeah, it's a threat to tell Chinese that we mean what we're saying and it won't actually be that impactful. So I think there is a degree of hearing what you want out of the incoming administration.
Yeah.
And until actual policy starts getting put in place, people are just going to have like a preferential bias for expecting how much we would see maybe inflation start ticking higher next year.
Yeah. And I mean, I think a lot of times when you see under the surface selling and select growth stocks, that's sort of a precursor for a broader pullback. And I could see that happening, particularly after the new year. Um, November, December, traditionally good time for the market, especially after an election, as we've cited. So I could see, with markets still hovering, basically at all-time highs, I could see this being sort of the first warning sign of at least a pullback of some kind, 5-10%. I could see what happened in July and August happening all over again to start the year. I don't think, take my predictions with a grain of salt, given what you're about to hear. But I don't see the bull market, up and fizzling. I don't think it's that kind of warning sign, but I do think in terms of short term sort of volatility or maybe some consolidation is the nice word we use for it at Cabot. I could see that.
Yeah, or even, rotation, get
Yeah.
out of the stuff that's been killing it and then head to the next big thing. Actually, that I want to look and see what space stocks are doing. We've talked about that a number of times. That was sort of that sort of followed on the AI trend, and um, looks like they're down a little bit, but no worse than the broader market. But I don't know. Are people going to be looking for the next hot thing? We saw Amazon, what, Google made an announcement about quantum chips. Amazon made a quantum announcement. Is that the next thing? Yeah, maybe. Um, but I think some rotation and just a little bit of a breather is probably in order.
Yeah, sure. And I guess the good news, we're still in a little bit of the good news is bad news thing where, inflation remaining this high all but confirms that the Fed will cut, at least the perception is that the Fed will cut 25 basis points again next week, and that, they're not going to be pumping the brakes as much as maybe perceived or much as maybe expected on the rate cuts, which ultimately should be a good thing for the market.
Yeah, the Fed's focused on employment now, so having a slightly worse jobs report just is another reinforcement that rate cuts are still appropriate, even with inflation staying maybe higher than they'd prefer. But it's certainly on the right glide path, right? And it's heading lower. It has been for years, for what, almost 2 years now. Or
Yeah,
man, God, we've been talking about inflation for years. Oh
I
man,
know. I mean, it's much more pleasant talking about it now than when it was
yeah,
whatever 9%. I guess that was before we had the podcast, but it was still pretty high when we started. It was must have been north of 5% still when we started, probably
yeah, probably.
or
Um,
5-6%.
Either way, coming down. That's still
Yeah,
cutting rates. They're going to keep cutting rates into next year. I think their endpoint just might be a little bit higher than people are assuming.
yeah,
If but inflation being at 2.7 or 3.3% or something is not, it's not a death knell for an economy. And we're
yeah,
printing money. We have been printing money for the last 8 years at this point. So it's natural to have maybe a higher terminal rate for inflation expectations. And if we're also the only real major economy that has, for I mean, for the most part, gotten through the post-pandemic recovery unscathed. So we've seen international investment flood the US. We have a strong economy. That's the kind of environment where you would expect to see more inflation. So I don't know. I'm not reading too much into it right now. I still am bullish going forward, which is
Well, that's
an
one
interesting.
prediction. Let's do an audit of all our past predictions. Before we welcome on Madison Robertson, our producer, just a second. We do have an offer for today's listeners. If you go to cabotwealth.com/street, I think
Yes.
Cabot Options Trader, which is run by Jacob Mintz, who's been on here many times. Very good options trading services being offered for $1,000 off the normal annual price. Limited space, only 20 spots. Jacob, we can't welcome on too many new subscribers because subscribers, when the group gets too big, can often move the market a little bit too much. So we're limiting it to 20 new spots. But if you join now by going to cabotwealth.com/street, that again it's $1,000 off the normal price, and it's also a 30-day 100% money back guarantee. So you can try it out for 30 days, and if you don't like it, you get your money back. But I'm guessing you will like it. And we'll put that link in our YouTube channel as well. Okay, let's welcome on Madison for Hello.
My favorite time of the year.
I know your favorite. We're all wearing our
Yeah.
holiday colors.
I'm embarrassed by us, actually.
Yeah, this is as drab as it gets for this time of year.
We
At least you have a
we
little
sh
bit of color.
we should get Madison in like an executioner's hood for these
Cool.
episodes.
Yeah.
Good idea. It
Not
would need
festive at all, but
like a Santa hat on it this year. I figured next week you
Yeah.
all would wear
Yeah.
your best ugly
We can
Christmas sweaters.
we'll do better. We'll do better next week. Yeah, do you
You'll
have a
need,
Santa hat or an elf hat for what you're picking out of today? But,
I'm using my Christmas mug. Oh
oh, nice.
no.
That's festive.
all right.
No, you can see
Why is
it.
it
Get it in there.
blurring?
Yeah, I think it
Just
only
because
has to
I
be
have
near
my
your face
background.
to see it.
I'm just
Even
gonna unblur my background so that you
okay.
can see my mug. The mug is important.
Yeah. Um, okay, so we sent you the list of all of our picks. So basically, I went back and did an accounting of all of our not only defend the takes, we also had sort of prediction episodes. Um, and I didn't just put the losers or the winners in there. We'll do a full accounting here. Um, and some of them weren't measurable, like Brad say, like I can't remember. So you had a lot that were not really measurable, like ASML earnings are important or
Oh
something
yeah.
like that. Yeah, which was smart for these purposes at least. But we will get started. We have here. You got what hot sauces do you have, Brad? You got
So
the
what
last
are
stack Apollo still?
yeah, Apollo is my hot. I've got Widow No Survivors as the medium. And then weirdly, Sticker Mule makes a really good hot sauce.
Okay.
I've got that as my mild.
I did not even bother with a mild because I know who's running the show here. But I can always go grab one if
Actually,
you're
there
kinder
is a
than the tip.
mild.
There is a
Yes,
mild.
and
Okay.
there is a mild, and it's in here because there's different rules today.
Oh.
The rules today are everybody has to take the hottest blah 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 that you have when Brad uses a word that I don't know, which happens frequently here. Um, and or Chris, pick a number between 1 and 10.
7.
I knew it was going to be seven.
Smart, smart move. Every 7 minutes, my phone alarm will go off, and you have to take a shot of a
Oh,
little.
great.
But that one
Wow.
doesn't have to be a hot one. That one's going to be like we'll pick that one. So
Okay. Well, I should have done mild, huh? Well, I
too
just
bad.
punished myself. Yeah. Um, I mean, this medium has been unloved really for a while, so it'll be good, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like I'm sitting
Perfect.
pretty this episode. This is great.
I think you
All
are.
right.
Just don't use big words, you know. I think
Thanks a
that was
lot,
part of
Chris.
it.
I don't know. I think Madison's smarter than you give her credit for.
Yeah, I do too.
I
One
give her
time,
plenty of credit, but
no, you. One time, Chris was messaging me about something. It was something about AI, and then he put in parentheses after AI, artificial intelligence, and I was like,
you
okay,
know,
I'm
trying to
come
be fair.
watch your back. And this is where I get my revenge on things like that. So it's fine. It's
Yeah,
even. I don't care.
yeah, you love this.
I get a lot worse from Jacob.
Right. Yeah. Well, someday we'll punish him. And but I should note that Tyler London, I invited him to come on to atone for his uh, wrong take. We've mentioned several times on here that the Fed would not cut interest rates at all this year. Hopefully, a future episode we'll have him do a standalone hot sauce, just a vat of hot sauce for his one bad take, but not
Very
today.
much look forward to that one.
Yeah, I know. All right, let's get this started.
All right. First one, Brad. June 28th, the S&P 500 will have double-digit days of new all-time highs this year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that cleared
definitely. I didn't
easily.
even bother to calculate how many. I know that's right.
Yeah, I don't know. Bull
I
market,
guess I'm a
right? Don't fight
panda.
it. Don't fight the trend.
Yeah. Although
And
you sometimes do in bull
I,
markets, but you didn't.
oftentimes,
Yes. Yeah, I think that they're going to see a theme here that you were a little more bullish than usual this past 6 months, and that served you well. Um, so yeah, that one's right. No, no hot sauce consumed.
all right. Winner,
All
winner,
right.
chicken dinner.
Yep.
Chris, June 28th. Stocks will be up the rest of the year, but down between now and the election.
So this is wrong. They're
Yeah.
up. They're up the rest of the year. I think I saw. I think the stocks were up 4.3% from that point until the election. They were down quite a bit actually after that, but they recovered a lot. I mean, by the letter of the law, I'm wrong. So I'll accept whatever punishment you want to dole out.
Yeah, let's
It's just
see.
gonna
June
be
28th was a Friday. The SPY was at 544.22.
Yeah,
Uh, Election
that's
day
ironic.
was up 6%
6%.
between Friday the 28th
Six.
close and the close on Tuesday the
Yeah.
5th. So yeah.
I even get a mild and I didn't do. All right. Well, medium. I'll go with medium.
Underestimate me. That's what happens.
I don't
I
remember any mild
also,
last episode. So,
no, I don't think I've written the word mild out since our first time doing this.
oh,
And then I
and this
smartened
one
up.
is this one, Brad, is 4 out of 10 Scoville. It's like the Los Calientes barbacoa hot sauce. So it's
Sounds good.
close to mild
Mild
anyway.
adjacent. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably by your standards, definitely mild. And actually, it's not so bad.
Okay, Chris, there will be two rate cuts this year, one in September, one in December.
The September and December part are right, but
Yeah.
more than two rate cuts. So wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Wrong
Because I'm
person.
going to be paying a price for rate cut stuff as well.
Yeah,
I did not think
hold
those
that
rate cuts
thought.
were coming.
Yeah, I found a gem in there from you. Mm.
Hot.
Hot. Great. All right. Let's get this party started. This is the last dab Apollo. 10 out of 10. Hot
Or,
sauce.
hey, Mads, how's that phone
Mhm.
timer going?
4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Oh,
Oh my.
thought it said it earlier.
I set the alarm to be Barbie girl because didn't we, wasn't there a
Barbenheimer?
hot sauce punishment about Barbie last time around?
Yeah, I think
I think
so.
we underestimated, I'm sorry, you guys underestimated something about
Oh,
that
it was like
Barbenheimer weekend.
I
if
think
it
I
would
got that
go
one
over
right.
certain
Over
amount.
$1 billion or something
Right.
for Barbenheimer.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Whew.
In honor of that, that's what you'll hear in 4 minutes.
all
Great.
right.
Okay, Brad, my money is still on one rate cut.
Yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, you said that right after I said that other tech.
Four
Yeah.
times wrong.
Yeah.
That wasn't big enough. Mild.
Yeah. All right. This
Oh,
will be pleasant. We've got some pulled pork on chips here. This is my
you're
breakfast
going
because
pulled pork.
Well, it's
That's
9 o'clock
amazing.
a.m. I haven't eaten any, or it's 9:42 a.m. I haven't eaten anything today. So,
No.
all right.
You can have lunch for dinner. I mean, for breakfast. We'll allow it.
When you have pizza on a bagel, you can have pizza anytime.
That's very true. Brad, next one's you. Gold will hit all-time highs again.
Definitely
Or
right.
that June 28th.
Yeah, June 28th. Yeah, you're right. Many times over. Gold is now at what, 2,700 an ounce or touched that. Let me see where it is. Almost 2,679. Yeah, it was over 2,700. I think at the time. Let's look here. I mean, this is definitely right. Um, at the time, gold was at 2,300, 2,327 to be exact. But so it's up many times over since then.
Was this mine or was this yours? I don't
It was
remember.
yours, so it's right.
Yeah.
All
Now
right.
I have a feeling gold's going to come up again later. But we'll get to
Oh,
that.
you did right the
I
you
did
did
write
write
this.
them out, so we
Yeah.
trust you. Chris, the equal weight index will outpace the S&P the rest of the year.
No, there's no way that's true.
So far it is true.
Really?
Yes, I have it.
Oh,
Um,
bummer.
Now the year's not over, but either way, I don't think I have to consume any hot sauce. I said this. Does it have the date on there, Madison? That
The
28th
28th,
also.
June 28th.
Equal weight up 11.2% since then. S&P 10.8%.
All right, respect.
Yeah.
See, it's no fun when we're right a bunch.
Yeah, well, we're it might be front loaded some of those right takes. We'll get to more very soon.
Next one, Bye Bye Bye. The name of the July 12th episode, which included Michael Brush, Jacob, Tyler, and Tom.
Yeah, they should all be on here. But that we'll get Tyler for that later. We were all super bullish on the July 12th episode, which concerned us, I think, right after we finished recording when we ended with Tom saying how bullish he was and
Yep.
how that concerned him. Stocks from July 12th. I mean, I think they almost immediately went in like to like a real correction. July 12th, let's see, S&P closed that day 2414. Oh wait, no, sorry. I'm looking at the gold chart. Let me vamp for a second while I pull up the S&P. Um, Gold did just fine after that. Okay, so that day, S&P closed at 5460, and by August 5th, they're down. It was down to 5186. So I mean, that was right before the S&P had corrected what, like 8.8% or something like that, and the Nasdaq was 13%. So saying bye, just across the board, we were wrong. So I think we should all, since Brad, you and I were on that, we can't punish anyone else today, unfortunately, but you and I should both consume hot sauce for
I
that one.
will, yes, I will do so. I will put in a protest that the S&P is much higher now than it was immediately on the heels of that. But
I
for
guess we're used.
entertainment purposes,
Yes, I think titling your episode bye before an 8% pullback in the S&P and a 13% pullback in the Nasdaq, I think that's a
yes,
fair to be punished for that one.
sure, yep. I don't
Um,
disagree with the spirit of it.
Great.
All right.
Hot. And while we're here, the alarm went off.
Oh,
Had a little technical malfunction over here. The alarm did go off, so it's too hot.
Did your did your alarm
what?
cause the technical malfunction?
No, I didn't. It still
Hmm.
wants you to have two things of hot sauce.
That's fine.
Well, I've been saying before the show that I'm still not fully recovered from the cold that was plaguing me. This hot sauce episode will single-handedly do it. Will clear me out. So it's a good thing.
Well, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Oh
I'm
boy.
trying to find a really good Christmas background. It's really bugging me that Everybody's so boring
Yeah,
looking.
we couldn't be more drab right before holidays.
So
Whew,
good. Okay, we've got a good Grinch one. How you feeling?
good. And cleared out.
The problem with holiday episodes is they don't make Santa hats, like retail Santa hats that are big enough to fit my head. So I look like a joke. And we're doing an important podcast where we eat hot sauce for being wrong. Well, this is not the time to look like a joke, Chris.
Yeah, no, there's serious stuff.
Does anybody look good when they have the Santa hat on?
Santa?
Oh, there you go.
All right.
There we go.
All right. Now I'm feeling that one all but.
Yeah, I'm really feeling that one.
This is a super side note. Did you ever listen to any interviews of what Jim Carrey had to go through to be the Grinch?
Well, I
No.
assume it was like 6 hours of makeup. He'd get there at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, but they had to bring in it was like one
Oh
of the somebody in
yeah.
the higher ups in the Marines who had to teach him um
Torture,
torture oh my God, I don't have words for me.
endurance.
Yeah, just tactics to get through being tortured essentially. So we had to
Ne
do that so every time they filmed.
Next hot sauce episode, we get Marines in here.
Oh,
Perfect.
God.
You guys
All
will
right.
need it. Okay, Chris, July 26th, the market will bottom before July ends.
I don't think that's accurate.
August
I think
5th
it.
is when it happened. I was 5 days off, so wrong. I knew that was a
Bummer.
waste when I made that take.
Mild.
All right. Thank goodness.
The
Bummer.
relief in his face was palpable. You could see it in
Yeah,
there.
you ball.
You're off to the next one. August 30th. Stocks will be down 5% before the election, but at new highs by Thanksgiving.
This was me.
Yep.
I think I was so close to being right. I think stocks were down 4.3%. They never quite made it to 5% down. So again, technically wrong.
Bad. Um, mild. There is
That
a
seems
medium in
fair.
here.
Yeah.
That seems fair because he's right in spirit that
Yeah. Yeah.
4 point. We wouldn't round to 5%. That would be, you know,
No.
journalistic malfeasance to do that.
Right.
I'm looking at Mads now to see if she knew malfeasance.
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
Oh no.
oh, it's just hot.
Is
That
that
was
just for Brad
No,
or for both of us?
I thought
uh,
I thought it was for both of us, but
I thought both,
that
but
was
Oh,
my
I feel
understanding. All
bad
right.
for you.
ugh.
He got a mild
Hot.
one. Don't feel bad for him.
And also, this is Brad's fault. I didn't even catch that. What Mal what? Sorry, your mouth is full. What's smart?
Malfeasance.
That's a nice word.
Yeah. Great.
What does it mean, Chris?
Thanks, Brad.
You need milk. Just be a child and drink some milk on these days.
I know. I
So
thought about.
malfeasance is wrongdoing or misconduct.
Hmm.
That's Merriam-Webster, my preferred dictionary, in case anybody wants to see how the sausage is made. If I'm not sure on a word, Merriam-Webster is my go-to.
Amazing. This is, I feel like I'm gonna come out with so many new words today. I'm gonna
I
use
hope
all of
not.
them. Oh, well,
More new words for you means more suffering for us.
that's true. But
Nope.
All right, what do we got?
okay, Brad, energy is my number one sector for the rest of 2024.
I got the stats here. Energy from the time we said that, not bad, up 5.8%. S&P up 12%.
Yeah. All right,
Being your top sector, I don't think so.
no. I thought the Middle East was going to be worse.
Okay.
No.
Medium. It is in here.
Oh wow.
The problem with my medium is probably like a 7 out of 10, so it skews
Yeah.
hot, but it's all
Yeah,
right.
but your tolerance is still higher than many.
That's Okay, Chris, you're the next one. Weight loss drugs are my number one subsector for the rest of 2024.
This is so wrong. Very, small niche. I was riding high on how well Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk had done first half of the year and really for 2 years. I think I top ticked that one. Lilly down 13% since then. NVO down 17%. I mean, this is so wrong.
Medium.
Medium. All right. Well, same as my mild.
I mean, it does really feel like the weight loss drugs have come out of pop culture. Like it was everywhere. It was inescapable. And now it's not even conversation. And I don't know if it's because people are off it or because
I,
everyone's on it and nobody's talking about it.
I think it's more that because now I think when I said this, I don't think I really knew anyone who was on it or suspected to be on them. And now I feel like I'm hearing like, oh, so and so's doing, this. And but you don't hear about it as much, like in the media at least.
The timer went off.
All right.
Buy the rumor, sell the news.
Medium.
All right.
What is this? Oh, your alarm went off. Okay.
Medium.
Timer.
Mm-hmm.
So Mads wants the episode to be shorter, it seems.
Yeah, speed it up.
Yeah.
I almost made it. Sam and I's 4-year anniversary was yesterday, so I almost made it 4 minutes in honor of my anniversary. It felt too bad.
Anniversary. What'd you guys do?
Thanks. We split it up. So Trans-Siberian Orchestra was going to be part of it, and then we did half of that, and then just went downtown Nashville for a little bit, and then we're
But
going
no
to.
baby free.
Oh yeah, she stayed
Oh,
home. She goes
that's
to
good.
bed at like 6 now. So
That's
we
great.
had somebody just come sit on the couch while she slept, and that's what we're doing tonight. We're gonna get a Gaylord. Do you guys have a Gaylord out there?
No.
Tell.
What
They're
is it?
like I thought they had one in Arizona, at least somewhere. I don't know. They've got a Gaylord Opryland, so it's all like real bougie Christmas, blah blah blah, and they have a scavenger hunt. So we're gonna go B12 and do a kids scavenger hunt and dinner.
I'm feeling
Okay,
these mediums. I don't know what it is.
Bill in the medium. Yeah, your medium is different from mine. Mine's 4 out of 10. But then again, my mild is also 4 out of 10. So
okay, Chris, this one's you. Home builders will lead the rally once the Fed cuts rates.
yeah, not really. I think they had a moment, but their home builders are flat since I said this September 6th. They're flat since then and since um Fed cut rates a couple weeks after this. They haven't done much. Wrong.
How deep are we on this list? I don't know how much more I have in me.
Four
There's
more.
not a ton left. What'd you say?
Yeah,
Four more?
four more.
Yeah.
Mild.
Mild. Good. You're very generous with the milds and mediums in
It's
this
not
list.
my intention. I am shaking the thing every time.
Yeah.
I might go back to not putting milds or mediums back in this next time. Brad's
Keep in
not
mind,
using as
even
many big
Brad is
words.
struggling.
Huh.
Keep in mind that even Brad is struggling this time.
I think the pulled pork nachos were a mistake because I'm putting way more hot sauce on there. Whew.
Yeah.
What did you use last time? Just chips?
Chicken, like chicken
Oh
bites.
yeah.
I can feel this is going to be a disaster when I stand up.
We want to watch. Okay, Chris. Small caps will hit new all-time highs by the end of the year.
True.
I think that's a win. Yeah.
The win. I looked at it. I wasn't quite sure. But mind you, they needed 13%. Needed to be up 13% to get there. I said this September 6th also, I think. And they hit it November 25th, the Russell 2000, at least for a day or two, hit
And
new
I was gonna
all-time
say I
high.
think they pulled back. They got there like by a
Yeah.
whisker.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure, but I got it. Good call by me. That might be my best one on there.
Yeah, I was
Uh,
pretty skeptical of that, I think.
Yeah.
okay, Brad, you up. September 19th, the Fed rate cut is the green light that will pull cash off the sidelines and into the market.
I think that's true.
Is it? I don't know.
I mean, we don't really know how much cash is. It's not measurably wrong. Stocks are up quite a bit since then. So Wasn't there like record inflows um a couple weeks ago? I mean,
Yeah, I
maybe
think
I don't know if it was the rate cut or the election, but could be just semantics.
there's been
Um,
like $1 trillion of net inflows since the election, I think I saw recently.
yeah,
Uh, hmm, I'm
I
looking
think
at the
that's right. It's
Fed.
not wrong. I'll say that.
Fed money market fund total asset level is currently at all-time highs.
But it hasn't been measured since what, like midway through the year?
So as this says updated December 12th. So
Oh,
six 6.8 trillion in total assets in money market funds. I think
maybe it's wrong.
I think I have to take the L on this one.
All
This is
right.
like your 4.3% decline, where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's technically wrong. All right, Mads, do your worst, but not your worst, like a medium worst or a mild worst.
Uh, Fine.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Well, the medium was the one that was bugging me, so maybe the hot won't be such a problem.
My God. I'm really struggling.
All right.
This might be the most painful one yet. Probably because I've gotten more wrong than usual.
You also don't have a mild. You really would have done
I
well
didn't
for
have a mild.
yourself
Yeah,
if
that
you had a
that
mild.
hasn't helped.
All right, Chris, this one is you. The market bottom came 2 months earlier than normal because of the Fed.
True. That's true. Yeah, August 5th was the bottom and hasn't been lower as that low since or even close. So that was right. Thank God.
Brad's the next one, but I'm trying to get in a
How many are
minute.
left? Two
I'm
left? One
good.
left?
This might
One,
be the all
this last
right.
Last one. All right, I'm off the
last
hook.
one. This is Brad. October 11th, gold prices have peaked until 2025.
I don't know that that is wrong.
It's wrong. October 11th.
Gold right now is at 26.81.
Yes.
It got as high as 27.37.
Yes. What was it October 11th?
Oh, October 30 it hit 2800.
Yeah.
So I believe, and you listened to it, I believe I said gold was topped out. So I think there's a little bit of movement in the margins, and I think that the sentiment behind that is still accurate, but we don't adhere to the sentiment. We listen to the technical sort of rules of the of
It was 26.57 on October 11th when you said this. It got to, like you said, above 2,800 later that month.
right now
Yes,
it's yes.
spirit of the thing, you might have been right, but technically not.
Medium.
God, that's the one that was bugging me. Can I just upgrade to a hot? That didn't seem to bother me as much.
Oh, yeah. You gotta take two of them.
No. All
You
right.
gotta do two
Well,
Okay,
hot.
we'll end it that way. All right, let's both have
should
one more.
we should we
Don't say
just like
big words.
do our sign off or whatever, and then we'll just toast with these, and we can kill the camera. Then we're not left talking after.
Let's sign off after we do them. Let's
All right. It's my
believe me,
funeral, but it's
I'm hurting. I'm
our
hurting
podcast.
badly.
And it's
All right.
entertaining. This is the stuff that's gonna make entertainment great.
Well, sweater was a bad,
TMZ.
Ah,
so I don't know what I was thinking. Um, well, thanks, Madison. That was great. And I
You're
think
welcome.
this is the most punishment that's been doled out, I think, so far for various reasons. Yeah, I don't think I have much left in me. We'll be back with a normal episode next week. Join us then. Hopefully, we'll be recovered by then. I need to take this sweater off right now, so I need to sign off on the podcast. Thanks again. Thanks, Madison. We'll see you next week.